I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I been in my bag going crazy. I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I been in my bag going crazy. Bitch, I'm not.
First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia some more. I think a little higher. I think a little higher.
With that, so we got back another video. It's your boy PJ21. I just want to say, if you're happy, you're sad, then my intimate should bring you joy, like that. So, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, post, share to all social media platforms, and also get the merch. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for future videos, and also, yeah, I don't know what also means. So yeah, all right. So the first thing I want to show y'all is because I've been getting a lot of concerns on like my Peaceful Gang merchandise. So look, once you put the website on the search engine, the website will pop up, and you will see like this shirt like pop up out of nowhere. Like you were not looking for you were looking for the home page like with all the items. You were not looking for just the shirt. So all you gotta do is just click the Peaceful Gang store name right here in the left corner, and then it's gonna refresh, and then you can click any other you can click on any item that you want. And if you want two items, then like for the if you want two items, no, oh my god, if you want to use the code welcome 25, you have to get two items for the code to work. And the code is welcome 25. All right, so you have to get two items for the code to work. It's not going to work with just one item. And after you get your item, just add to the cart, select your size and color, and click on this little shopping bag, and then check out. That's all you got to do. Like I said, it's simple as that. So I'm sorry, my laptop is about to die, so I got to charge it. Okay, I think it's orange. Yeah. So so right now, our next reaction that we have here for Friday evening is 12 and Pregnant Storytime by this I don't know what her name is. Talia? Yeah, Talia. So 12 and Pregnant Storytime, where she tells of how she got this and that at 12. So let's check it out. And this is not like the full, like, because she has many parts like to the story time, so it's like a big story time. So I'm just gonna do a separate video for that, for that reaction, or I can just put everything together. No, I'll do a separate video. Yeah.
Okay, y'all, so this is story time on how I end up pregnant and a mother at 12. So my mom sent us to South Carolina for the summer, which we actually end up staying longer. And my aunt was introducing me to everybody, like her in-laws and all. One of her in-laws is like 17. I want to say he was like 16 at the time. He caught my attention. At the time, I was hanging around people.
That's how it starts, but because I recently watched I would say I recently watched the movie Respect. It was about Aretha Franklin, like a backstory on her life, like R.I.P. Aretha Franklin, and it just showed her like how she like grew up and like how she became like the famous singer, and it showed us like her life and like how like she how she was and how she became to be too, like and whatnot. So that's how it be like they seduce they introduce you to like the in laws, like they introduce you all to the new people, and then like you just become infatuated, and then yeah, like seriously.
people that was older than me. I did not look like I was 11. So my aunt was introducing me to everybody when we came down here for the summer. And mind you, I have one older brother and two younger brothers, and everybody's older than me, and I grew up with nothing but boys and some girls. My older cousin, she was about 17, 18 at the time. She told me that I need to be in a child's place and stay away from teen boys. I didn't think nothing of it, so I was hanging around with everybody. But again, y'all, this one boy caught my attention. He
Of course, because like kids don't listen, like but like how do you even get like at 12? Because like it just be like, yo, you can't like produce anything at 12. Like maybe when you're like a full teenager, but like how a kid at 12? Okay.
was at the time, I thought this boy was fine, bad to the bone. I'm running out of time. Like, okay, y'all, part two. So after my aunt finished introducing us, they told us all to go play outside.
That was a short part once. She was like, all right, part two.
I'm a tomboy. Again, I grew up with nothing but boys. So at the end of the day, I was playing outside with them. Then we started playing hide and go get it. I did not know what the fuck that was, okay? I did not know. So we playing hide and go get it, and I just so end up happened to be with him. So he's helping me through the neighborhood while we're playing because it was a big ass neighborhood.
It's not even high and go seek, it's high and go get it. What? Where you go? Wait, what does the person get? Like,
And then we ended up back in my aunt's house. Now this is the part when we start talking to each other and asking like actual questions, like how old we were and all of it. Now we started going over our ages. I told everybody that I was 10 turning 11. So it's not like people did not know how old I was. But again, y'all, I told y'all I did not look my age. I looked older. And then he was just telling me how pretty I was, how cute I am, this, that, and the third. I was fine, this, that, and the third. And me being 10, I did not know exactly what that meant. Okay, y'all, I am running out of time. Okay, so part 3. So now we're talking about how pretty I am or whatever the case may be. And now at this moment, we're hanging out even.
you could tell that she's doing this on TikTok because like she says she keeps on running out of time. Like every part is just like 60 seconds. Like that.
More, I'm hanging around them even more because my mother done lied about us being in South Carolina only for the summer. It ended up being for the damn school year. So now here I am entering the 5th grade. Just started my period and all. My mother talking to me, letting me know about period, being pregnant, boys, all this stuff like that. So I'm just listening to my mom like, nope, I'm not getting pregnant. I'm not having sex. I'm not doing none of that. Can't nobody talk me into doing that, okay? But again, y'all, I liked it. This boy
As you should be. Like that's like because like your folks raised you right.
so fucking bad. So here I am hanging around them now all the time because now I live in South Carolina and I'm going to school in South Carolina and I'm seeing them all the time. Going to football games, basketball games, everything. So now this is the night that it happened. So he had a football game. And of course, because in my head that was
That's how it starts. Wait, what was it? I don't know if that's how it starts.
my man, I went to the football game. And let me tell y'all something real quick. Public service of fucking announcement. This man was claimed to be my man because we were already together. Okay, y'all, part 4. So this is the night that it happened where I actually lost my virginity. So after the football game, they came down to my aunt's house because at the time we were staying with my aunt and nobody was home. Nobody was home at all. So since nobody was home, of course, a nigga gonna sweet talk you out your drawers. And again, I'm 11. So, mind you, we've already been kissing and whatever the case may be. So now we're kissing and touching and whatever the case may be. And now it's time to do the do. Of course, me being me, I was scared as fuck. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I like this boy. And I was told by the boy, if you love me, you would do it. The word.
So you ain't got no choice anymore, so right? Like that's it's what the boy said, right? Like it don't matter like what you say, it's what the boy said. Okay, so
First mistake I did, I ever did, okay? So now he said that, and I'm like, damn, I love this boy, so let me go ahead and do it. So we ended up doing it. This was the first time ever that I did the nasty. No protection, no none of that. So we didn't use protection, and you know, in my head, I'm like, if I'm on my period, I can't get pregnant, and that's what it was. So now at this point, we're having sex. Okay, y'all, part 5. So now at this moment, I'm having sex with this person constantly because in my mind, this is my man. So now fast forward to
who, like, where did y'all officially say, like, this was, like, you're officially this, and, like, he's your officially, like, that? Like, when, like, she skipped the part, because, like, I don't remember, like, when they officially said that, like, seriously, because she's, saying, like, this is my man's, this is my man's, this is my man's, like, what?
To November, I'm getting thick, and y'all, when I say I'm getting thick, like, my boobs are growing bigger than what it is, my butt is growing bigger than what it is, and I already have an ass. So now he's looking at me, he's like, what we gonna do with that? I'm like, what do you mean? So I started to notice I'm sleeping more when I get home from school. Like, I'll do my homework and I'll go straight to sleep. And my mama started to notice something was wrong. So y'all, I had a little pudge or whatever the case may be, which I'm not known to have a pudge. So my mom looked at me, she was like, something ain't right, let me check you. So my mama laid me on the bed and checked me down there, literally. And I'm just like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you checking me? What's going on? So this is a constant thing. We're having sex. I'm being sleepy. My mama checking me, whatever the case may be. So now we get to my birthday, which is in January. Okay, y'all, I'll post part 6 in the morning. Y'all ready for part 6? Okay, y'all. So now fast forward to my birthday. Me and my mom got the same birthday, and we took a picture together. My mom sent the picture to my aunt in New York. My aunt in New York was like, something don't look right. Kiara is getting bigger, and I'm never big. So then my aunt in New York was like, y'all need to go get Kiara checked. She look pregnant, and if y'all don't get her checked, I'm calling DSS. So
What?
that was the 7th of January. Fast forward to the 27th.
What's DSS?
My mother called me off the bus on the 27th, my full government name in front of everybody in the front of the neighborhood. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, chill, you embarrassing me. What's going on? She took me to the hospital. And she was like, we're going to get this test done so that way we can prove everybody wrong. A few hours go by. The doctor said, Mom, good news is she ain't got no STD. Bad news is your daughter's pregnant. Yeah. I'll post part 7. I'm sorry, y'all. Here's part 7. So now my mama in the hospital flipping shit. She calls my dad to let him know that I am pregnant.
That's
of course,
great.
He's crying and doing the most, as he should as a father.
He's like, yo, what? Wait, what? Why'd you call me? It's like, yo, the person I raised is raising somebody else. You gonna call me to tell me that? Oh, she gotta go, son. That's it. Like, where's she at, son? Like, nah, son. Yo, she's with you? Yo, tell her. Tell her to get the phone, son. Yo, you leaving, right? You packing your bags, right? You can't like, seriously. But then now my mother's asking me, who is it? Who are you sleeping with? Who is the father? Yeah. I try to keep it. They're asking you 21 questions. Like, yo, you was bound to know that you're gonna get asked 21 questions, and like, it's over. So. And as long as possible. Then I just broke down and started crying even harder and told her who it was. So then we went to his house where him and his parents live. Damn. And my mother's telling his mother and his father, like, listen, your son got my daughter pregnant. And he burst out in tears. His mom almost threw him out the window. My mother ended up calling my aunt down. Out in tears. His mom almost threw him out the window. My mother ended up calling my aunt down. We didn't raise you we didn't raise you to raise somebody else later in the future. This early, like that's what are you doing? And because my aunt was pregnant as a teen, she flipped. So I'm sitting in a chair and she literally jacks me up. And my family's like, why did you do it? Why did you have sex? And I'm like, because I wanted to try it. Everybody else was doing it. I had an itch. That's what I said. I'm running out of time. Part 8 coming. I told you I was coming back with part 8. So after everybody found out that I was having sex with him, and now that's going to be my baby daddy, my mama was like, hell no, she ain't having this damn baby. His family was like that too. So my mom was like, we gonna need to do what we have to do so that way we can go ahead and get her this abortion.
So everybody know January, end of January, tax time.
I mean, I guess like so, like it's her choice, but like nah, it don't matter. Like it's over.
Comes right. So my mom was waiting on her paperwork to come in, and she went to go file her taxes. So my mama took me to doctor's care, if anybody know what that is, just to see how far along I was. Doctor care took blood, and they was like, okay, she's only 3.5 to 4 weeks pregnant. Okay, cool. But now my mama taxes didn't come in on time, so now we have to wait 2 more weeks. So that would make me 6 weeks. So we're waiting on, her taxes to come in, and then they finally came in. Okay, I'm running out of time, y'all. Okay, part 9. So her taxes finally came in, and I did not go to school. So she told me we was going to Georgia, and I'm like, okay, why are we going to Georgia? She was like, so you can have the abortion. So in my head, I'm like, why we just can't do it in South Carolina? And she was just like, certain amount of weeks, you have to do it out of state. So now me, his mama, his daddy, his aunt, and my mama going to Georgia. So we cruising to Georgia, and now we get to the abortion clinic. So the lady is like, how are you doing? How many weeks are you? Now at this time, I'm 6 weeks. 6 weeks. So now, we're going over everything, and she's talking to me about how the process works. So she lays me on the table, and my mother is standing beside. So the girl lays me on the table, and she has the vaginal ultrasound. So she goes to stick the vaginal ultrasound inside of me. And then once she stuck the vaginal ultrasound inside of me, okay, y'all, part 10.
What?
So now she's sticking the
What's that about? I'm confused.
Vaginal ultrasound inside of me. And of course I'm hurting. So she takes it out, and she was like, I know it feels uncomfortable. We're going to do a different way. So now she gets the other ultrasound. If you ever been pregnant, they put it on your stomach. So she goes to putting it on my stomach, and she like pressing hard down too, trying to, measure the baby, see, like hear the heart beating on. Then she goes and say, uh-oh. And I was like, uh-oh, what? She was like, nothing, Mom. I'm going to go ahead and double check before I tell you anything. So she get the double checking, and she getting writing stuff down. And I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at my mom. My mom looking at me, and, we looking at each other. She was like, Mom, she's not going to be able to get this abortion. And my mom was like, well, why the hell not? She said, because your daughter is 5.5 months pregnant. I was like, oh, hell. Part 11. So now my mom is hella pissed.
So instead of 6 weeks, it was 5 months. What? Yes. It's like you did a whole gap like by a few months. Like that don't make no sense.
Yes. And I'm boo-hoo. Then I get up, fix myself and go out the room. My mom's coming behind me. Then his dad sees me storming out the building, and he comes and hugs me. And I just start crying even harder. And he was like, what happened? You don't want to tell me right now? And I'm just shaking my head like, no, I'll tell you later. I don't want to talk about it. So now we have to drive back to Columbia. And we get back to Columbia, but instead of them dropping us off home, they took us to their house. And they're like, well, we need to figure out what we're going to do with the baby. And I'm just crying. I kept saying, I don't want the baby. I'm too young. I don't want a baby right now. Then they asked him what he think. He's looking at me like, I want to keep my baby. I got to come back for part 12. I swear. Part 12. So now that we are at the house and discussing everything that's going on with the baby, I decided to tell them I'd rather give my baby up for adoption. I don't want her to be around my mom, who's an alcoholic. And once I mentioned the reasons why, he was just like, no, I'm going to be there for my baby. I'm going to take care of my baby. Doing all this extraness. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, this is about me. This is not about you. I don't want my baby in a family. No. Nowhere around here. No. So now he's basically trying to plead his case. Him and his people trying to plead his case about why I should keep the baby. So my mother was like, at the end of the day, I already tried to make her have an abortion. I'm going to leave this up to her. So my mother was like, we can go home. You can think about it, because I don't want this stressing you out. So we left, and I went home, and I just cried my eyes out. Y'all are so hilarious. But yeah, here's part 13. So now, of course, you know, I've been thinking about it. It's been several months. I've been thinking about it. My due date is May 17th. So I'm like, at this moment, I got to make a decision.
Cause you got a fat face. I'm sorry, because like you can look at the like it's like a very pudgy neck like this. Like that's a fat face right there. I'm sorry.
For real. So you know, me and him conversate on the phone on what we wanted to name our child. He wanted the name Raven, and I was just like, okay.
Raven's a nice name.
But ultimately, it's still my decision since I'm the mother. And then me being in love with him, I was in my head. I was like, damn, if I do keep this baby, me and him can.
You put in quotations. Were you? Like, were you actually?
Be together. We can raise this baby together, whatever the case may be. Then my father got involved. And I'm the only girl. And when I tell you the definition of a daddy's girl, that was me. My father was not playing none of that. My father was like, you're not going to impregnate my daughter. She's only 12. And now you talking about you want to raise a baby with her? All I know is my dad hired a private investigator. And it went downhill from there. Okay, y'all. So part 14. So like I said, my dad hired a private investigator. And at this point, I'm being homeschooled. So that was the second semester of my 6th grade year. So the private investigator comes to my house and introducing himself.
So
and he lets me know like, yeah, I spoke with your father in New York and he told me about the situation. Now he's wanting me to elaborate. Now the private investigator is telling me how it all works. So whatever the case may be. Then he goes and showed me pictures. And now the pictures he showed me was of my daughter's dad and some other boys and even his brother. So now the private investigator is like, okay, so your dad told me the situation. I need you to let me know which one of these are the people that you slept with. And I'm like, and if I tell you, is he going to get in trouble? He was like, no, he's not going to get in trouble, but you should still tell the truth. I was hesitant, but I was like, it's the private investigator. So I picked his picture to let him know. Part 15. So the private investigator took the notes down and then left my house. I want to say it was like a week or two later. My mother gets a call from his parents, I want to say, saying that police just went to the school and they arrested him. So now here I am again in love with this boy, crying like, no, like what did my dad do? He done messed up my chances of being with him. It was a lot. And then my mother was like, okay, I need to call your father so we can see what's the plan. So now the private investigator is, you know, talking to my mom, talking to me, and talking to my dad. And they let us know, like, okay, you know, we did arrest him. And I want to say he was like in 10th or 11th grade. And this whole time, we're still in communication with the PI. And did I mention it had to be like a few weeks before my due date? Part 16. So now here he is arrested. And of course, I'm pregnant as hell. And prior to this, my mother had conversated with my dad. Y'all, when I tell y'all this, please don't go in. I did not want him to be in jail. My mother also did not want him to be in jail. My mother was like, at the end of the day, you know, he was 16 turning 17 when we were sexually active. But he was already 17 when we found that I was pregnant. And she was like, he cannot do nothing for his child behind bars. So why are we locking him up? And then because he was 17, my mother was like, he's also a child. She did not agree with what he did. But taking him out his child's life was not sitting well with her. So again, a few weeks before I gave birth, my mother did help him with posting money to his bill. Now, he may say otherwise, but my mother did help. And then, of course, y'all, he got out. And now it's getting close to part 17. So now he gets out of jail. And when he gets out of jail, it's about the time for me to go into labor. So now I'm in labor, and it's his aunt, my mom, and then one of my friend's mom was there. My friend's mom didn't stay, but it was just my mom and his aunt. So now it's time to push. My mom's holding my leg on one side. His aunt's holding my leg on the other side. So I done pushed my baby out after being snipped down there because I was too small. And then, of course, my mother cut the umbilical cord. Now, y'all, remember I said he went to jail. His charges were criminal sexual conduct with minors, 2nd degree. Being as though that my father pressed charges on him, we could not be in the same room and could not see each other. So while I was delivering my baby, he was not there. But he did come up to the hospital after I gave birth. Again, we could not see each other, so they had to close the curtain. Now, here's the part where I made the decision to keep my baby. Because, of course, I didn't talk about 18. So after he comes to the hospital and he sees my baby, because of course I didn't talk about 18.
Wait, so this is 18? So like, wait, so okay, I got you.
So after he comes to the hospital and he sees my baby, I decided to keep my baby. Now I didn't decide to keep my baby because he was there. I had decided to keep my baby while I was pushing and my mom cut the umbilical cord and they put my baby on me. I just couldn't fathom the thought of me carrying a child for 9 months and then giving her up for adoption after I done gave her life. And of course, I was just so emotional. So I told my mom, I said, Mom, I can't do it. I want to keep my baby. She was like, that's a hard pill to swallow, but it was my decision because I'm the mother. So now it comes to the part where we're naming the baby. Again, he wasn't there. He had to leave because we couldn't see each other and his peoples wasn't there after that. It was just me and my mom. But his people wanted to know if I was giving my child their last name. I was thinking, for what? What do I need to give her y'all last name for? So I told my mom to tell them she's not getting their last name and she was getting my last name. And again, I'm 12. Y'all, this is part 19. So like I said, I did not give my child their.
I mean, I think it's always like traditional, like to get like the man's last name, but like if the rules can, I mean, I think like the years have evolved, like now like it's okay to get the woman's last name too. So I think I don't really know like if the rules have changed for that. Like I think it's still the same.
Last name. So I came up with my baby's name. I named her myself. I gave her my maiden name and all.
All right.
I wasn't no stupid little girl now. About my baby, no. She not just about to have her dad's last name just because you done helped me made her. Now I'm like, you got to show me why she needs your last name. Remember earlier when I was like, he wanted me to keep her? So now she's kept. So now, you know, it's a few days in the hospital. They calling up there trying to check on her or whatever the case may be. We tell them she's doing fine. And then, of course, a few days go by and then they discharge me. So now here I am, just gave birth, 12 years old, recovering because I got stitches down there. And now his family and everybody want to come down to my house to see the baby. Of course, me being me, I didn't have no problems because I'm like, that's her side of the family too. So, of course, they can come see her. Y'all, this is crazy.
And then this is how it just ends. So I don't even know. Oh, give me a second.
Her side of the family too. So, of course, they can come see her. Y'all, this is crazy.
Okay, so I think this is where it stops at. I think 18 or 19. So just let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna do a second like video for the last parts. So just give me a second. And also I just want to say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We post this shit. We post this shit to all media platforms. And also get the merch at teespring.com/PJDigitalMildadsgang. And also it's your boy PJDigital21 sign off. We are PJDigital Gang.
Bitches, we keep on coming while we running for your juice. Steady gunning, keep on busting.